Howdy folks, OK-GUNRUNNERS here. Just wanted to do an unboxing on a Olight purchase that I made. This is going to be the August flash sale, and so make sure that you all stay tuned for that. Before we get into it, make sure that you like, subscribe, share this video, and with that, let's do an unboxing. Alrighty folks, so this is going to be a interesting unboxing. I left pretty much all of my phone stands elsewhere. We were house sitting for the in-laws, and I made a video while I was out there, and I left pretty much everything out there. So probably what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, open this, and I will lay out the contents on the table itself, and we'll kind of go through them one by one. So it's going to be a little different today, but let's go ahead, get this opened, and I'll get everything laid out on the table, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I just wanted to give a little sneak peek inside of here. This is probably the biggest box that I've ever received from Olight, so super excited about it. I got some really cool things from this sale. Some of which I honestly don't remember, so it's going to be a little bit of a surprise for me. So, stay tuned while I get all this laid out. Yeah, so, I kind of bought a lot this month. Reason being, it is the month of my birthday. My birthday is August 17th, and I made a valid excuse that if I was going to purchase something from Olight, I might as well get a few things because you get double points on your birthday month. So, I decided while they were doing their sale, I got some of the buy 3, get 40% off. That's pretty much majority of these items. Some of them were just on sale themselves, but I think pretty much everything here was in the buy so many, get 40% off. So, I decided to go ahead, make some gift purchases for family members later down the road. Some of these items are going to be for me. Honestly, I don't even know where to start on unboxing some of these items, so I guess we'll just go left to right. If I've already had one of these items before, I won't bother opening them on camera here, but I know the O-bulbs I haven't had, and the Purin 2 and the Warrior X Pro, obviously. Haven't had those, nor the Nightclaw, but pretty much everything else I've had here. The Open Glow I've had before, which I think that's going to be a giveaway. The Olight Swivel I actually have over here, which I've used a couple of times. Great light, I got that as a gift. The O-bulbs were they were like 12 bucks a piece, and so I decided I was going to try those out, might stage them around the house as some night lights and everything, and then just some miscellaneous items here and there. But I also got some freebies for my birthday. I got a birthday patch from Olight. They got me a Rubik's Cube, and they got me a birthday card, which I will be opening up later. So, anyway, let me find a good place to set my phone down, and we'll kind of go through some of these items and go from there. So I think we'll kind of go left to right and test some of these products out. Alright guys, not ideal, I know, but this will have to do for now. So first item we're going to be opening up is going to be the Olight O-bulb. And I'll try and get some quick specs on this for you guys. To my knowledge, I think it is... Yeah, so it's a max output of 55 lumens for 3-hour runtime, and then the low setting is 3.5 lumens, which will last up to 56 hours. And it has a red light feature at 7 lumens, which will last 7 hours, and a flashing red, which is at 7 lumens also, which will last 30 hours. So, these, honestly, the reason why I got them is they were inexpensive. And I kind of had this idea for nighttime lights for camping, for my little ones. I thought that these could make a interesting light for... we don't give them night lights. That is something that I strongly discourage, but at the same time, these might come in handy later down the road. So let's see if it's charged up, and if so, let's see how we can get it to function. So operation, it looks like you've got a push button on the bottom, and looks like if you hold it down, it will be a continuous. And to my knowledge, I think if you put this plate on the bottom, which is sticky on one side and magnetic on the other, that kind of gives you a push button feature on the top, which I kind of thought that's what it was at first, was just the push button on the top, but it is a button on the bottom to activate your light itself. So let's see if I can get this out of the package here and see if I can get it to work. So to my knowledge, this plate will go on the bottom, and it's got a sticky tab on the back, and so you can place this on a surface itself and use it that way. So on and off. Let's see if we hold it down. It goes to the higher lumen setting, which is the 55 lumens. And then I should probably read through the manual, but I'm just going to push a bunch of buttons here. Hold it down, or hold your on and off switch down a couple of seconds. It will turn to red, and I'm guessing if you hold it down further, it will go to the flashing red setting itself. So, interesting light. I suspicion that, okay, so it does work that way. When you have the magnetic plate on the bottom, it will kind of work as a push top to where you can turn it on and off that way, which is kind of the whole reason why I got it, was for easy on and off switching. So anyway, that is the O bulb itself, and that'll be interesting. The push feature itself is not as easy as I thought it would be on activating it on and off, but I guess it's not the worst thing. It's not, you got to use quite a bit of force to get it to activate, which probably may not be the worst thing. That way you don't accidentally turn it on and off. But anyway, that is the old bulb, and it is their classic magnetic base charging, just like a bunch of their other lights. So easy charging mechanism for it, and you can mount it. So anyway, I ended up getting 3 of those, and I believe they were $12 a piece. If you bought, the 3 or more items to get 40% off. So I got those on sale, $12 a piece, 3 O bulbs. So I'm going to go ahead, set those to the side, and we'll go to the next one. Alright, so the next one is going to be the O-Light Swivel. I'm going to keep this one in the package because it is intended to be gifted later down the road. But I already have one out. This is one that I use mainly for repairs on rental properties. Sometimes you get in a closet, under a sink, under a house, and instead of carrying a big work light or maybe a flashlight, I found this to be pretty nice. It's just a nice portable work light. It does have a carabiner on it of sorts to where you can hang it, and the bottom of it is magnetic, and it will pivot 180 degrees, or past that, really. I'd maybe say a little past 180 degrees for your work light. It comes with a more of a flashlight or a light bar. So this is going to be the light bar, and then I think if you hold it down, it will switch to the flashlight mode itself. So anyway, we'll get some quick specs on this. Let's see, the floodlight mode or the light bar mode is going to be 400 lumens on high, which has a runtime of 5 hours, 25 meters of throw. Medium is 160 lumens for 9 hours runtime, 15 meters of throw. And the low setting is 12 lumens, 90 hours of runtime, and a 5-meter throw. The flashlight mode is going to be 200 lumens on high, 5-hour runtime, 80-meter throw. The low setting is going to be 50 lumens, 27-hour runtime, and a 35-meter throw. Now, this one is interesting in that it is USB-C rechargeable. Does not have the magnetic base like a lot of Olight products do. Some people might like that. Personally, it is nice in the sense that you're going to have a common charger in your work truck, work bag, things of that nature where you don't have to keep up with a specific charger for the work light. So I do like that in a sense. If you're going to be using this as a work light, that is a nice feature that you're already going to have multiple chargers for it. So anyway, that is the Olight Swivel. Again, that was purchased as a gift later down the road, probably around Christmas time. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, next one is going to be the OK-GUNRUNNERS. I've already done a review on this one. Some people are probably going to be wondering why I purchased another one. Probably because I'm silly. And it was on sale. And I was like, you know what? I'll give it another try. I'll dedicate it to my office desk. Leave it there. May not carry it on a daily basis. The reason why I didn't like this is it was a little cumbersome as a pen itself on the everyday carry. And it would sometimes accidentally end up being the button to illuminate it would be pressed accidentally through the day, and so your light would just kind of come on in the middle of the store or at the office, and then you'd have to take it out, turn it off anyway. But I decided that I'd go ahead and just dedicate it to stay in one spot, be it in a bag or at the office. Haven't really decided yet, but quick specs on this: you're going to have different run times and different illumination settings. High setting is going to be 120 lumens. Runtime is going to be 14 to 21 minutes after cooldown. Medium is going to be 60 lumens, 45-minute runtime. Low is going to be 20 lumens, 1 hour, 50 minutes runtime. Moonlight setting is going to be 5 lumens, 5-hour runtime. And then the pen tip LED, which is on the base of it where your ink is dispensed, that's 0.2 lumens and has a runtime of 2.5 hours in between charges. Weight is going to be 1.34 ounces, and battery is going to be a 110 milliamp battery, 3.7 volts. These are interesting lights in that they come with some different features. You've got the laser setting in here. You've got the actual light on the pin clip, which is really interesting. That is one that I had not seen before, so that is the first reason why I bought it last month or whenever that was. So they're nice pins. May not be for everyone. It was not specifically for me as an everyday carry item, but nonetheless, I decided I'll go ahead, give it another shot, leave it in a designated place, and test out the functionality in that regard. So anyway, that is going to be the Open Glow, and we'll set that one off to the side, and we'll keep on trucking. Alright, so, since I bought so much this month, they had a 2-tier gift option. The first one was going to be for the O-Tackle utility knife. I believe if you spend over $159, and then I think if you spend over $259, you got the, I'm going to call it right this time. I never call it right. The Gober and the i3E EOS light. So these were the freebies as the tier gift for spending so much money. But anyway, these are going to go in the box, which is full at this point. But these are going to be gifts later down the road. So these are just going to go in the box as gifts later down the road. This one, which is another IE3 EOS, this was their giveaway, or their login gift, I should say, not necessarily giveaway. Their login gift for the August flash sale, and it is the blue. Let's see if it actually has a specific color name. I just call it blue. So we're just going to call it the Blue i3E Lite. And these are nice lights. 90 lumens, 45-minute runtime, and it runs off of a single AAA battery. I have 2 or 3 of these that I carry. The rest are sitting in the box that is currently behind my camera right now, which we might give a sneak peek at that. But anyway, so those were the login gifts and the tier gifts. And so let's go ahead, keep moving forward. Alright, next items was a bundle pack, and we have the O-Knife Night Claw, and it did come with the O-Light Donut Patch, and it did come with some interchangeable handles, which are the donut handles, which I probably won't bother putting on right now, but let's go ahead and open this knife. This one, I believe the intention is more of a neck knife. I guess you can kind of carry it however you please, but I suspicion that is the intention behind it. And haven't owned one of these, been curious about them. It was on sale. I believe the bundle was $24. And so let's go ahead, open this up. Looks like it does come with a lanyard and a bead, which is going to be for the neck knife, I suppose. So let's go ahead, set that off to the side, and let's see if I'm smart enough to open this. I'm going to figure it out. Yeah, okay. So, it is smaller than what I suspicioned. Not a bad thing. It has a talon-like shape to it, which, I mean, probably thinking to yourself, well, yes, dummy, that is the Night Claw. I mean, that's why they called it that. So, we might end up doing a sharpness test. It's interesting in that it has a little thumbnail indentation here, but when it is closed, you really don't have an option for it. It does have these little thumb studs on the back, so essentially to deploy it, push down on your center button and then use those thumb studs, and I guess the fingernail indentation is to get it the rest of the way out. But anyway, let me see if I can find me some paper here. Alright. Well, out of the box, that is pretty sharp. Wow. Alright, so, first impressions of it. Oh, now I'm just tearing it. Definitely not bad. Pretty sharp out of the box, and for the intended use of just being a backup blade itself, pretty sharp. And I do like the functionality of it being a neck knife, kind of out of sight, out of mind. Let me see if I can get any specs on it as far as blade length or anything of that nature. I don't think I'm going to have anything like that, but if I had to take a guess, I would say maybe an inch total length on it. I believe it is D2 steel. Okay, so as far as deployment goes, you can click it open, which is nice. But yeah, total circumference, I'd say it's about the size of a $50 coin. Weight on it, maybe, I'd say 2 ounces, maybe 2.5. Interesting knife. Not entirely sure. I'll carry it for a while as a neck knife and kind of go from there and see if it gets any use. I probably don't suspicion my everyday carry knife is what gets used, but nonetheless, something else to carry as a backup for it. So anyway, that is the Night Claw Donut Bundle. We got all this included, and I believe it was $24 for the bundle. So go ahead, set that to the side. Keep going. Alright, trying to get through this a little faster so you're not stuck here all day watching this and having to hear my voice. But ended up going with a couple extra purchases. I got a bike light because it was cheap, and I do plan on getting a bike, an electric bike. I'm too lazy for a manual bike. An electric bike of some kind for transportation. So I went ahead, picked one up while it was on sale. Probably won't take it out of the package until I make that conscious effort to get a bike. Other item that I got on sale was the Blue Lake i1R2 Pro. Again, this is intended for Christmas gifts later down the road. I went ahead, picked up another one since they were on sale. And then they had these O-Tackle utility pouches. And I believe it is for the multi-tool. They were like 99 cents. And so I was like, oh, might as well get one. May not use it, but for 99 cents, you might as well get it. Complete the set. Okay, so it looks like it's actually going to be for their utility knife, which I've got somewhere around here. But I was curious. Technically, you can fit your O-Tackle Mini multi-tool into here. And we'll see if it's... you can get it out fairly easily. But anyway, you got a little pouch here for your utility blade, or you can use it for your multi-tool from Olight. So, for 99 cents, I thought, why not? Can't go wrong with it. And before we get to our last items, more batteries. I can't help myself. Every time I try to pass up on them, I just end up getting more. And I say it's going to be the last time, but it never is. I keep getting them. So, anyway, more batteries for the box. And anyway, we're going to get to the last three items. Two of them are pretty much the same thing, but we're going to open them, do a quick test on them, and then we'll do a recap and review and go from there. Alright, next item is going to be Olight's Purun 2, which is their headband light, I guess is what you're going to end up calling it. A headband lamp. Had interest in this one for a while. I always kind of thought they were a little on the expensive side, and I really didn't see a need for it. But probably a month back, I was working up in an attic on an air conditioner unit, and all the headlights that I had were just trash. Headband wouldn't stay on, the lights were coming on and off, batteries wouldn't stay charged, this and that. Anyway, so I decided, I was like, you know what, I will shell out some money for a good headlamp, and see if we can, really invest in something that'll keep a long lifetime on it. And this one is multifunction in that you can use it as just a regular light, or you can use it as a headlamp light. So let's go ahead. I'll leave this right here for now while I get the headband unwrapped, and we'll go from there. So, let's see, again, if I'm smart enough for it. So, headband itself, pretty straightforward. Going to be like any of the others. And let me see. Yeah, I should probably read some instructions, but let's just go ahead. Play it safe, read the instructions, and go from there. Okay, yep, you do. You do have to take the pocket clip off first if you're going to mount it to your headband. So let's go ahead. Disassemble it. Stick one end. I believe it was actually, it's got a little tab on here. You're going to stick one end through here, and the other end through here. And screw it back together. Like so. And then you have a functioning headlamp, just like this. So, click on higher lumen setting, low lumen setting, medium, high, let's see, You've got a flashing SOS. And looks to be it. So, let us get some specs on it. So, turbo mode, 2500 lumens, has a runtime 2 minutes plus a cool-off period. Total runtime when it steps down is going to be 175 minutes. High is 500 lumens, total runtime 270 minutes. Medium is 120 lumens, runtime of 18 hours. Low is 30 lumens for 66 hours, and the moon is 5 lumens, 12 and a half days total. Which, this one is interesting. It is, let's see, I believe it gives a vibration indication, I guess, on the battery life of it. Let me make sure I'm telling you correctly here. Let's see. I believe that is what it is for, and it also has the proximity protection function, which they are putting on a lot of their new lights, in that if the light accidentally is turned on, it will detect that it is in front of an object, and instead of just absolutely burning through that item, it will automatically shut itself off. So let's go ahead and try that out and see if it ends up working. So I'm getting a vibration indicator on it. My hand is getting very hot itself. And let's see. Looks like if the blockage continues for more than 60 seconds, it will end up either lowering the lumens itself, or it will end up turning off. So probably not the smartest idea to have my hand here for 60 seconds because it's getting pretty hot, but you know what? I started this, I might as well finish it. So just got another vibration indicator on here, and alright, my hand's getting pretty hot. I don't think I'm going to keep it here. But anyway, it does come with the proximity sensor on it. That way, if it is in front of an object, it won't end up burning through it. 60 seconds is a long time, to tell you the truth, because that got really hot there for a second. Anyway, first initial impressions of this, I think if you leave it as a headlamp, it has potential to be great. It's got good runtime on it. Charging is going to be simple. Again, magnetic base charging like all of the others. It does come with the option of having a lanyard instead of the headband. Pocket carry clip. That way you can carry it as a regular light, which this one is interesting since it's not 180. It's going to be a 90-degree turn on it. So that could be an interesting if you're an avid outdoorsman. You could put this on a lanyard on your backpack instead of having it as a headlamp. Use it that way. Different functionality for it. So that aspect of it, I think, is cool. I think if you're going to be swapping in between, you want to use it as a headlamp and then you want to use it as a pocket carry. The whole process of putting your pocket clip on and off, unscrewing this, and everything else may get a little tiresome. Again, I'm kind of lazy, so having to do multiple steps for one use, not really interested in doing it. So this one, we're going to test it out. We're going to use it as a work headlight, and we'll go from there. But I'm pretty excited about it. Most I've ever spent on a headlamp is like 20 bucks. Never works out well, but the headband itself is pretty comfortable. Really adjustable, and as far as the light goes, it stays on there pretty well. So, anyway, that is going to be the Perrin 2 headlamp, and I think I ended up getting a secondary headband for it for like $5. So, anyway, I thought, you know what, might as well. If in the event this one does get damaged, I'll have a backup one for relatively inexpensive. So, anyway, that was the Perrin 2 headlamp. I'm trying to remember, I think this one was on sale for, I'll probably tell you wrong, $55 or $60 for this one. So, a little more expensive than what I was planning, but I decided go ahead, get it, review it, see if I like it or not, go from there. So, anyway, we will move on to our last item, which is one that I have been eyeing for a couple of years now, and just never bought it, and I do have intentions for it. So, last item. Let's get. Alright, folks, last item on the purchase was the Olight Warrior X Pro. So, most of Olight's lights are going to be a side switch on it. Pretty much all of them are. And so for that purpose, it's handy as just a general light itself, but if you are talking tactical, most of them are going to have the activation switch on the back or on the hilt of the actual light itself. Which for me, I thought, oh, you know, it's not a big deal to have it on the side as it is on the back, but when you start training for it, it does make a huge difference. And for someone like me with small hands, didn't really have the pinky capacity to get to it. So, anyway, I decided I would go ahead and get a light. Oh, actually, come over here and show me your, let's see, where did it go? Here it is. Alright, I'm back. So this is my current carry light for range days or for med packs or anything like that. This was a cheap one that I got at our local state fair. It's a Turtle Creek. Uses like 4 D batteries in it. Not a terrible light, but the one thing I didn't like about it is it has too many settings. It has like a low setting, medium setting, high setting, strobe effect, SOS, and then you have to go through all the different ones to get back to your one that you wanted, which is not very fun. I do like it. It's got good weight to it. Can be used as a bludgeoning device if you needed it to. But also, it uses way too many D batteries, and eventually they will shake loose, and your light will end up losing lumens to it. And so you have to go back and you got to add something to it on the inside to keep everything packed in there tight. It is telescoping as well, and I noticed that anytime you would even slightly move it, it would automatically telescope out, which I solved that with some tape. Anyway, this is the one that I was carrying on a belt, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and splurge, get a tactical light. So this is going to be the Warrior X Pro. And this one is a 2100 max lumen light itself. Let's go ahead and get some specs on it while I'm talking about it. So max setting is going to be 2100 lumens, and it will step down each time, so it's going to be 2100, 1300. So at 2100 lumens, you got a runtime of 2 minutes. It'll step down to 1000 lumens for 100 minutes, and then 300, I believe, is going to be a runtime of like 8 hours. So you've got 3 different lumen settings: 2100, 1000, 300. The throw on this is really impressive. You've got 500 meters on your high, and then 180 meters on your low setting. It is waterproof. Total length on it is going to be about 6 inches. Width is going to be 1.5 on the bezel, and then lower is about 1 inch or so. Total weight is 8.5 ounces on it. So, as previously stated, the activation switch is going to be on the bottom of it. This one also is vibration battery indicator. It doesn't have any external lights on it for indicating the battery life on it. But simple on and off. To my knowledge, it does not have strobe effect on it, or anything of that nature. The interesting thing about this one is it's kind of a soft switch, so in order to activate low lumens, it's just a soft switch on the back, and then to get to the higher ones, you end up pressing down on it a little harder. It has momentary on, so if you just hold it down, it will go low, high, and then you can click it off again for just momentary on and on, which is kind of nice. Or you can just click it once and it will end up staying on. And then I'm thinking it will need to charge if we're going to go to the highest lumen settings of 2100, which kind of sucks, but I guess we'll kind of get there when we get there. So I'll probably end up doing a separate video on this one, and we'll do a bit more in-depth on it. I just wanted to get this one out of the package because I will end up throwing it on my range day belt. I wanted to go ahead, get it on there. I will try and use the supplied carrier for it. Pretty nice. It's going to have, I'm guessing, D-ring on the back, or it has Velcro, Molly, and I forget what you call the little buttons on it, but basically for Molly. And it is magnetic closure on it. So, let's see. Yeah. So you can go bezel down, and it is magnetic closure on it. We'll see on deployment how fast it is. But anyway, I'm really excited about this one. I guess it can be used as a glass breaker as well. It does have these sharpened bezels on it and everything. Stippling on it is pretty much like any other Olight. It is nice, feels good, not too heavy. Length isn't bad at all, although comparing the two, I do like this length a little better, but still this one feels pretty good, and it's got a pretty good length to it. So anyway, Warrior X Pro was our last item. So I will go ahead and kind of do a pan out. We'll overlook everything again and might end up opening the birthday card and see what they got to say. Alright, please excuse the messy throw on here. I was going to go through all the effort of putting everything back the way it was, but I need to wrap this video up so it's not any longer. So, anyway, our birthday patch, it says, "Happy birthday, Make-A-Wish from Olight." I appreciate anything they will send. I like pretty much anything free. So, here's the birthday card. If you want to pause the video and go through it, you're more than welcome to. But, again, appreciate the card for my birthday. I know it's not personalized, but you know what? Don't really care. It's still something that they considered. So, anyway, thank y'all for joining me on this Olight unboxing. That was a lot of fun. I always have fun doing these unboxing, specifically Olight. If you haven't noticed, I'm a pretty huge fanboy of Olight. Maybe not all their products, but majority of them. So, anyway, make sure that you like, subscribe, share this video if you managed to get to the end. I don't know how you did, but if you did, thank you all very much for staying through all of that. So, until next time, this is OK Gunrunners.